there, my name is Deborah. Welcome to my channel. I have not posted any videos yet. This would be my first one, and I've just decided sometimes you just got to break the ice and get going, and that can be the hardest step. So maybe some of you can relate to this, but I'm not somebody that likes to record myself. I'm not somebody that likes to talk on camera. It makes me usually pretty uncomfortable and I usually go blank. But I have a lot of things that I've been developing interest in lately that I think maybe other people could benefit from. Just a little background about me. I am somebody who's very cheap with things. I really like saving money. I like prioritizing, making progress in my financial goals, and that's something that I think I just developed because of growing up in a large family that didn't have a lot of money, and seeing my parents always struggle. I never wanted to turn out like that. So I'm newly married and don't have any kids yet, but I'm a teacher and I'm currently working on my PhD. But I just like to do some of these things in my spare time, like taking thrift store stuff and upcycling it, reading about food science because I really love to cook. So some of the stuff I'll be posting will be related to the science behind cooking, or just how to cook and save money, how to grocery shop and save money, how to turn something that most people would consider throwaway or not valuable into something really cute and stylish. So that's just the kinds of things that I like. And in this video, I'm inspired by some other people I've seen with their organization, and I just recently decided I should set more goals for myself if I really want to see progress. And so I bought myself a planner this year, which at the beginning of each month it has like a sheet for goals. And I decided throughout all of this that if I'm really going to be organized and if it's really going to be the most useful thing for me, why not make my own planner? So that's what today's video is going to be about, that I kind of designed and or took some things from Pinterest, and I'll link all the things that I put in this video from my personal planner that I made in the notes below, so that if any of you guys are interested in using them or maybe putting together your own DIY planner, then you'll have access to those things. So let me know what you think and what other things you guys might want to add if you were to make your own personal planner. So this is the binder that I purchased for my DIY planner. It's like a 1.5 inch binder from Walmart, and it's really cute, so I thought this would be fun. I mean, it's kind of bulky, so if you didn't want to have as much stuff as what I have, then totally wouldn't need anything this big. But I've got everything in here, including my little Dollar Tree pouch that I just cut some little holes to put on the rings to hold my little gel pens I got from the Dollar Tree also. And I had some purple paper lying around, so some of the stuff I printed out is just on that purple paper, and then when I had access to a color copier, I was printing in color. So I found just like a cute cover page and all the months of the year with the days, just for reference. And from the planner I had purchased from Aldi earlier this year, I just went ahead and cut out the stickers and some of the pages from there to add into this for reference. So one thing I wanted to be more organized with was cleaning, and just kind of what things should be in the forefront of my mind each week, what things I should be making sure I'm doing each month, and then maybe a couple times a year. So I'm not gonna like fully probably really use this too much, like I'm not gonna actually track it, but it helped me to think through different areas of my house and what I need to be working on a somewhat regular basis. Then I just purchased these little tabs, and they came in a set of 12, which was perfect because there are 12 months. And you know, I didn't start doing this until it was already March, so the first few sections aren't really going to apply for this. They were just pages from the planner I got from Aldi. But if we come over to March, I've got my page with all my March goals. And then so this is from the planner from Aldi as well. And I cut out all the sections that had the days and the day of the week so that I can have like a monthly overview. I could have printed something like this, but why not just use what I already had? So then some of the other things that I wanted to make sure to include in my planner were meal planners. And so I made this one myself using Google Docs, which I've had a lot of practice with as a teacher. I like to design a lot of things myself, so I figured if I could do this like front and back for every month, then I can fit 2 weeks of meal planning on one side and 2 weeks on the back side. And then here I have like where I can list out things I already have in my pantry that I should use up or like could be used that week. And I've listed out like things I have in my freezer or in my fridge that really need to get used soon. From that, I can, after I've planned out all my meals, kind of incorporating some of those things, I can write down like what things I should buy the first week to make those meals and the second week. And another thing that's super important for me for meal planning and grocery shopping is to make sure that I'm like targeting a certain budget and really planning out and using things from the pantry and freezer that you bought like on clearance or when they were in season is really helpful for making sure that you can maintain a low budget. So this $30 budget here is pretty much for me to feed myself and my husband, although sometimes he doesn't like to eat with me, but that's just him. Then on the other side, I put the amount of money I actually spent. So the first week that I listed out here, I actually spent $33 and my target was $30. And this week was great. I spent $30.09 and I wasn't expecting it to be that close to my goal. But this has been a nice layout for me because I have trouble just making sure I'm actually using things I already have on hand. So that was one thing I really wanted to have. Another thing, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to use this even more effectively in the future, but like a page for each week helping me track like how often I'm running or kind of motivating myself to like get up and do yoga or do some pull-ups on my pull-up bar or something, and to also be making sure I'm tracking what I'm eating. Obviously, I'm not doing so great on that at this point, but hopefully that will improve. And I have this little spot here. This is just from Pinterest, so this is from dearchrissy.com, but I have a little notes section at the bottom, so I decided like, hey, these are things that I didn't do so great at this month. Why not try them next month? And so I printed out these weekly planner pages just because I like to have a weekly planner page, and this is more condensed than the one that came in my Aldi journal because the whole week is on one page, which I think makes more sense. And pretty much everything in here I'm trying to do front and back. This first month though, I kind of started halfway through, so these are just my original one-sided copies. So this is this current week and everything I have to do for work or school. I'm trying to make sure I'm prioritizing important things and keeping them in there. So now we're in April. So I went ahead last night, March 31st, and planned out all my fun quarantine goals, which involve not really spending much money, hopefully, because there's not really anywhere to go during this whole epidemic. But also not a lot of plans for the upcoming month because not a lot to do. So I also wanted to prioritize being able to kind of keep track of my money, and I usually would do my little budget on an online thing on my phone, like Google Keep, but I think I want to be a little more organized as far as like thinking about things that are important for me for that month, tracking like where my savings is at, where my money's going. So on the back here, I set out a page for actually tracking like different things that I'm spending, like when I go to the grocery store, writing that down, when I go get gas, if I buy something on Amazon or from Costco or from Walmart, which I inevitably go to each one of those at least one time a month. But also like over here, just listing out at the beginning of the month what all of my balances for my different types of accounts are, including my debt. This is my student loans here. And then I'll go back and write down at the end, and hopefully I won't have spent too much money. And this right here is for if like we need to save up for something, which I would keep track of that there and also plan that out in my budgeting. So this is kind of my plan for my next few videos, my Whole30 plan, which I'll talk about in another video. But I have just a couple more pages that I'm going to use like this month. I had like prayer journal pages I found on Pinterest. I did not make these, so that's what those look like. If I had a day where I had a lot to get done, which that's probably not going to happen this month, or if I had like a free day, this is like a way I could kind of plan all that out and be all prepared, that kind of thing. So we'll see how much of it I actually use, but that's pretty much everything I have. So as I said before, if you're interested in any of these things, please feel free to comment, and you should be able to find the links for everything down below in the notes. And thanks for watching.